everyone and welcome to today's video. So I asked my friends to draw some eyeshadow looks for me, and today I will be attempting to recreate them as best as possible. This is the first look and there were some notes that came along with this. So my friend said that this is mixes of pinks and purples with a wing. So let's give it a go. This is quite a colourful look, so I have opted to use my James Charles palette because if you know this palette, you know it's literally got every colour you could ever possibly need. I've already done the rest of my makeup, as you can see, and we'll just be focusing on the eye makeup for this video. So the first shade that I think I'll be going in with is I'm going to start at the top with the light and then work my way down to the darker shades. So I'm going to use this one here. This is Pinkety Drinkety. So you're just going to get started at the top with this light pink shade. When I asked my friends to draw me some eyeshadow looks, I was a bit worried to start off with how crazy they were going to go with their designs, but I think they've been pretty kind. Hopefully you can recreate them and do their vision some justice. So there we are, just going in with that really pale pink shade. I'm just trying to get that wing in that my friend wanted. I think it will show up more with the darker colours once I get to those. I'm happy with that so far. I'm going to do the same on the other eye as well, just so we can keep it all even throughout. That should be the first pink shade looking like a good base and looking kind of even. The next shade that I'm going to be going in with for this look is this pink here, and this is shade Skip. So this is a much hotter pink but also a bit darker, so we should hopefully get those stripes that my friend has drawn in her picture. I can definitely see this is much brighter than Pinkety Drinkety that I've got there already. Trying to get a bit of that wing in that she's drawn in her picture as well. I was inspired actually to do this video by James Charles. I know he's done a couple of these where he gets his friends to draw makeup looks, but I don't think there's any way I could do some of the very intricate designs that he's done. Start off with something a bit easier. Excited to see how this turns out actually. I think as well it's quite a good way to try out different styles by getting someone else to draw it for you, because I know for me, I've got my kind of set way of doing things. You've always got your favourite colours and your favourite combos, so by getting someone else to create something for you or use their imagination, I think it's probably quite a good way to try out new looks. Right, we should be looking fairly even there. I didn't realise actually how light the first shade was. Next shade we'll be using is this one here, which is shade Single, and this is going to be the darkest shade in this look. I think we'll see how this stripe goes. So this shade's like a bit more of a grapey purple. Nice shade, not too dark. Try and keep that wing in as well. I have to go back in with a smaller brush to just add a bit more definition to the wing. Well, that's the third shade done on the one eye, and I have tidied the edge up a little bit just to create a bit of a smoother wing, so hopefully doing some justice to my friend's drawing. And I'm just going to do the same on the other side as well. So back in with shade Single. This is just on the main bit of the eyelid. So that's all the colours down. I'm just going to tidy up the wing on this side, just so it's even to this one, and then I'll show you the sort of top lid done. And there's those two wings evened up, hopefully. My friend didn't actually draw any eyeshadow on the bottom lid, but I think just to keep the stripes going, I'm going to do a sparkly purple, and I'm going to go in on the bottom lid with shade Artistry, which is this sparkly purple here, and hopefully this will just give it a little bit of shimmer, because obviously all the other colours I've used have been matte. It's similar to the previous shade, I suppose, in darkness, so hopefully it'll be quite complimentary. I'll just finish this eye and then I'll do the other one. Bottom lid now done with shade Artistry, and I'm just going to go in now and do my eyeliner and mascara. I'm going to use a black eyeliner for this, and I'm going to use my Collection Kohl pencil. And then for the mascara, I'm going to use my Benefit Bad Gal Bang. So just going to do the eyeliner just on the lower waterline. I'm not going to do any eyeliner on the upper lid. I think that there's enough nice bright colours going on up there already. Last but not least, the mascara. There's the final look done, and this was based on my friend Rhino's drawing of what eyeshadow look she wanted me to recreate. I hope I've done it justice. I will pop up another picture of her drawing there and we can do some comparisons. I think I've got 3 stripes. I've got the lighter pink, the mid pink and the purple, and yeah, I hope that she thinks I did her drawing justice. Let me know if you think I did a good job at recreating her drawing. I hope you like the first look that I created from my friend's drawing, and I'm going to be going on to the second look now. I've got my face already, so just need to do the eye makeup, and I'll insert a picture here of what my next friend wanted me to create, and I think these are getting a bit more elaborate as we go on. Spoiler, there will be 3 looks in total, so do stay tuned to see them all, and let's get to it. I'll be sticking again with my James Charles palette for the second look I'm going to recreate, and I'm going to be using shades Playground, Brother and Escape, I think, for this one. So this, as you can see, is a predominantly blue and purple look, and I think I'm going to start with shade Escape, which was this deep purple here. I'm going to start with that in the outer part of my eye. So this is shade Escape, and this is quite a dark purple. I thought if I start outwards and make my way in, hopefully we'll be able to do this look some justice. I think I said when I was doing the previous look, it's just a really good way to try out new colour combinations or new looks that you wouldn't have necessarily thought of. I think I can already tell that this look's going to be quite bold. I think I'm happy with the shape of that so far. So I'm just going to do the same on the other eye. This is the hardest part, making sure that they're even. Tried to draw myself a bit of a rough guide to hopefully make it as even as possible with the other eye. It's kind of helping, so I can just essentially fill in the gap that I've got and then just blend it in. It should be starting to look a bit more even now. I think for now, happy with the depth of colour, happy with the shape and happy with the evenness. Next I will be doing the first blue shade, and the first shade I'll be doing in the blue section is this one here, shade Brother. So it's a mid, I suppose like a mid blue, and hopefully it should be quite complementary to the purple that we've got already. I'm just going to take a slightly smaller brush for this next shade, I think, to keep a bit more precision, and then I can just use a bigger brush just to blend it into the purple. So I know in her drawing she wanted this sort of like down the middle and then along the upper lash line, so hopefully I can create that effect. These are blending nicely already, and I've barely even started. So I think it's going to end up being an all matte shade look. I was toying between using one of the blue shimmers or the matte. I've decided to go with the matte. I'm just going to go ahead and blend these 2 shades in now. And just get this blended before I do the other eye, just to keep them even. I'm happy with how the first eye is looking now, so I'm just going to move on to the second eye and just go in with the blue shade again in the middle and along the top of the upper lash line. I'm just trying to keep this as even as possible. I'm not too fussed if this very inner bit is looking a bit messy, because I've still obviously got the other blue shade to go, so I can even it all up then. I think I'm happy with that. I'll just get that blended in and be back in a sec. And the last shade that I'll be using just on the inner corner of the eye is Playground, which is this one here. And this is a much brighter blue than the blue we've got already. Very vibrant, I don't know if you can see on the brush there. Hoping this will give us our brightness that we need. I think this was a bit harder to do than the first look. I'm still having fun doing it. Hopefully I can do I can do the drawing some justice. To be honest, I think that shade's really brought the whole look together. I'm just gonna do the other eye now. Said I was toying between this shade and the shimmery shade next to it, but I'm actually really happy that I decided, well, I thought that this blue was a bit closer to my friend's drawing as well. My only concern that it would be an all matte look, but I'm super happy with how all of these colours have come together. Well, that's both eyes all blended in now. I've just got to finish again with the purple under the lower lash, and I'm going to go back in with shade Escape, which was a purple that I used for this corner. I'm going to just try and put it gently on because I want it to just be quite subtle on the bottom. I don't want it to be as dark as this outer corner. And just the same for the other eye. Definitely happy with how it's going. I'll just be doing a black eyeliner and black mascara to finish this look off. I've got my trusty collection Kohl pencil and my trusty Maybelline Great Lash mascara, and just get that on now. Well, there we are with completed look number 2, and I'll put up another picture of what Abby drew, and hopefully I've managed to somewhat recreate what she's drawn. I'll just do another close-up of the completed look. So definitely really happy with how this one turned out. As I said, it was definitely harder than the first look to recreate, but I think it's turned out pretty well, and I think it's somewhat similar to the drawing I've had to work from. Please do stay tuned for look number 3. And here we are with the third and final drawing from my friends that I'm going to try and recreate into an actual eyeshadow look. As I said, these definitely are getting more elaborate as we go along, and I'll pop a picture in so you can appreciate what I've got to do here. As with the other 2 looks, I'll just be using my James Charles Morphe palette because it definitely has all the colours I'm going to need to recreate this beautiful rainbow look. And probably the thing I'm most nervous about actually is the eyeliner wing, because I don't tend to wear liquid eyeliner, but I will give it a go. I'm going to be starting in the inner corner of my eyes. I'm going to be starting off with this red shade here, which is You're Kidding. I'm going to get started in the very inner corner with shade You're Kidding. I've got a slightly bigger brush so I can kind of map out exactly where I want each shade to go, and then at least I can go back in and pack in a bit more colour and then blend it all out. I've never done a rainbow look like this before, but I will certainly give it my best shot. Definitely just going to focus on the upper lid first before I go back and do the lower lash line afterwards. I think it's starting off okay. I think I'm happy with how the red looks so far, so I'm going to go in with the orange shade next, just obviously directly next to it. And I'm going to be using this orange shade, which is 518. So this is a really bright, vibrant orange, which should hopefully look great next to the red that we've got already. So I'm just going to use that same brush again and just pop the orange shade slightly over the top of the red. This way it should help when I come to blend it in. I'm hoping I've got enough space on my actual eye to fit this all in. I think I'm going to use entirely mattes for it, just so they've all got the same finish and effect, and I'm going to get those blended in. So I'm just going to start blending as we go rather than leaving it to the end and then having to blend them all, and it might get a bit messy. So just going to get that done now. I'm happy, I think, with the first 2 colours so far, and this definitely is the hardest and the most elaborate look that I've had to create from my friend's drawings. I think as well because it has got 6 colours in it, it's going to take me quite a while and be quite fiddly, but let's go in with the next shade, and I'm going to go with this yellow here, which is shade B. I did put down quite a light eye base because I was hoping that it would help make the colours extra vibrant. As before, I'm just going to get the yellow shade down and then I'm going to blend it in. I'm happy with how the yellow looks now and how it's blended into the orange, and I'm going to be doing a lime green for the green part of this look, and I'm going to be using shade Social Blade. I just thought it would blend in more easily with the yellow in comparison to some of the darker greens. Please ignore this. This is just so I've got a mirror. That's probably enough. So I've got a little bit of space to fit in the other two shades. I'll just do the same with the other eye. Definitely don't think this would be an everyday look, but I think it's looking really cool so far. I think I'll just get that green shade blended in, and then I will move on to the blue. First 4 shades are all done. All I've got left to do now is the blue and the purple. And for the blue, I've opted to do a really, really bright one, and I'm going to use this one, which is shade Playground. I thought it would be quite fun to do a really bright blue because I think the purple is going to be quite dark, and I didn't want to finish the look off with 2 really dark looking colours. And just a little bit of the blue there. I've probably got the tiniest amount of space left for the purple, but we're going to make it work. Hoping these are looking fairly even. That was my next worry. Well, my first worry was having enough space on my eye to do it, and then my second worry was that I needed to try and get it looking as even as possible. Happy with the blue shade now, and the final colour I need to recreate my friend's drawing is purple, and I'm going to be using this dark purple here, which is shade Escape. And what I'm going to do for this colour is take a really fine liner brush, and first of all I'm going to kind of trace out a bit of a shape that I want, because I don't want to end up going too far out of the eye, but equally I want to make sure I've got enough of the purple shade in. So excuse my very crude drawing there. And of course just take a softer brush now just to go in and fill that in, and obviously get that all blended. I don't want to mess it up now right at the end. Right, I think I'm just going to get that little edges tidied up and then blended, and then I will attempt to do something with the under eye. So I think so far in comparison to the drawing I'm doing a pretty good job. Definitely trying my best. I'm just going to do a little bit on the under eye, just following the same order of the colours before. Definitely don't think I'm going to be able to fit all of the colours on the under eye. Probably just fit the blue in, but I probably can't fit the purple. Now I've got to do the bit that I'm definitely dreading most, and that's the eyeliner along the top of the eye. And for this I'm going to use my Technic skinny liner. This is like a felt tip one, so hopefully should offer me some kind of precision. Definitely am not a pro at eyeliner, but I think I tried my best to recreate the drawing. All I've got left to do now is just my waterline eyeliner, and I'm going to use a black pencil for that. I've got my Wet n Wild one, and then lastly I'll just be doing my mascara, and I've got my Maybelline Great Lash. And there we have the completed look. So I've managed to turn my friend's drawing into hopefully something that marginally resembles it. Out of the 3 looks, this definitely was the most time consuming and the most tricky. I think because I was working with 6 different coloured eyeshadows and trying to work out the spacing on my eye to fit them all in. But close up of this one. This was so much fun to do, and I think I'll definitely want to do this again in the future. Even if I, don't record it, I just do it for my own benefit. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please do give it a big thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. I look forward to seeing you again in my next video.